Alright, in this tutorial we're going to talk about the logo widget. Now the logo widget is what you're seeing up here. This is considered the website name, but we can have a graphic logo or we can have a vector image up there. So we're going to open up the logo widget. We're going to see here a couple different things. The graphic logo is disabled, and you can either use the default setting, which is defined under the theme framework general area, where you can define your graphic logo. Or you can define a custom one where you can select from a group of images that have already been uploaded. Okay. Next, you have a vector icon option where if you've selected the graphic logo, the vector icon is not available. It's one or the other. And you can choose from a number of different icons that are available via the Font Awesome framework. As you can see here, there's a number of them here for you to choose from. So you can use one of these to spiff up your site. Right now we've just selected the leaf, but we could choose something such as, I don't know, this looks good, something like that. All right, so that's all you do to select a different vector icon, and then you can use the default. Now the other option for the website name is to disable it altogether or to use something custom. And if you use something custom, you can choose my special website name. So what this is going to do is that if you were to have a second region called a second sidebar, call it header main 2, that you've created using the add sidebar option over here, you could have on some pages you could have one that says your regular website name, or and then on other pages you can have something specific to that particular department, so to speak. That's getting a little complex. Normally people just have one website name up at the top of their website and that's all they do. You can also choose to whether or not to use the default tagline, which is in our case I think it's just another WordPress theme or something like that, or again choose something custom. And then of course the justification left and right. So let's just go and save this up here, and we're going to reload the page. Instead of it saying example site, it's going to say my special website name and then the cogs. Now of course here's an issue. The logo is set to be within, I think it's a 50% column situation. So if we want to go and deal with this, there are two ways to deal with it. Now, one of them is to change the layout for the all the different regions that use that particular sidebar. So in this case, it's the header main, and it's 6 by 6. Let's change it to 7 by 7, 7 and 5, and reload, and it should fit there just fine. Did it finish saving? Perhaps not. Maybe we need to make it a little bit wider. Oh, that's the default. I should have done it to the business homepage. So that would be over here. There we go. It does fit. The other option is to change the font size of this. Now it is possible to do this via the typography aspect, and that's where we can go and say, hey, I want, I believe it's website name, use the default size. No, I want to maybe shrink it down to, I'm going to say probably 26 pixels, and we'll save that and see what happens. We reload. Yeah, see it's quite a bit smaller there. So that's maybe not the font size that we would want to use. And there are a couple different other options here where we can choose maybe 1.1 EM. Let's see how that works out. A little too small there. There we go. 1.7 perhaps. And then maybe a little bit too big there. So somewhere in between. We'll just choose 1.4 probably. quite nice. Perfect. So that's how you go about making those changes there to the logo.